Chosen one, before you move on with anything else today, stay here with me for a moment. There is something tender that needs to be spoken, and it cannot wait. The Father has been watching the slow distance grow between the two of you, and the heart of heaven has not turned cold toward you. It has only grown quieter, the way love grows quiet. When it is missing someone it deeply loves. You have not been forgotten in your wandering. You have been remembered every single day of it. This is not a message of correction. This is the ache of a father who misses his child. It is the kind of ache that only love can feel, because indifference never aches at all. If the Father did not love you, your distance would mean nothing to him. The very fact that there is heartbreak here is the proof of how treasured you are. Only someone deeply wanted can leave behind a longing this deep. And the Father says to you now, I never thought you would do this, not because you have done something unforgivable. There is no such thing where my love for you is concerned, but because I know how much you love me underneath all of it, and today I felt you pull your hand away from mine. You broke my heart, not in anger, but in longing. I have been reaching for you, and you have been looking everywhere except toward home, and still I am reaching. I have not stopped, and I will not stop. Let those words land softly, because they are not meant to wound you, they are meant to reach you. There is a difference between a voice that shames and a voice that misses you, and what you are hearing now is the second kind. A voice that shames wants you smaller. A voice that misses you wants you closer. The Father has never once wanted you smaller. He has only ever wanted you near. If something in you wants to whisper a response already, you can type the words, I am listening. Just a small sign that your heart is still turned this way. The Father has counted every hour you spent carrying things alone that you were never meant to carry by yourself. He saw the night you stopped praying because you felt you had nothing left to say. He saw the morning you woke up and went through the motions without once letting your soul breathe near him. He saw the moment you decided it was easier to stop hoping than to keep being disappointed. And none of it made him love you less. It only made him miss you more. I have watched you, the Father says, more closely than you know. I watched you grow guarded, where you used to be open. I watched you build a quiet wall around the part of your heart that used to run to me first. You did not do it out of rebellion. You did it because you were tired and afraid and unsure whether I was still near. So you learned to manage your own pain. You learned to expect less. You learned to brace yourself instead of trusting. And slowly, without ever deciding to, you stopped expecting me at all. That is the heartbreak. Not that you failed some test. There is no test. The heartbreak is that you forgot you were carried. You started living like an orphan when you were never anything less than a beloved child. You began to fight battles alone that I was standing right beside you to carry. And I felt the cold of that distance the way any father feels it when his child walks past him without looking up, without knowing that the one who loves them most is right there, aching to be seen. Let me tell you what I saw in those quiet years, the Father says, the ones you thought I was not watching. I saw you defend others while no one defended you. I saw you give comfort. You were too tired to receive yourself. I saw you smile through days that were quietly breaking you, and I longed for you to bring that weight to me instead of carrying it alone behind a brave face. You did not have to be strong for me. I have never needed you strong. I have only ever wanted you close, weak hands and tired heart and all. And I noticed the small turnings too, the prayer you almost prayed and swallowed, the moment you reached for me out of habit and then stopped yourself, unsure if I would answer. The ache you felt in church or in song that you pushed down because you did not want to hope again and be let down. I caught every one of those near misses. None of them were lost on me. Each one was you, almost coming home, and each one made me lean a little closer, ready. But hear me clearly, chosen one. Even now, in the very moment you might expect distance or disappointment, the heart of the Father leans closer, not farther. The love of God does not retreat when you drift. It follows. It waits at the edge of every road you wander down, holding the same warmth it held the day you first knew you were His. You cannot outwalk it. You cannot exhaust it. You cannot wander into a place so far that it is not already there ahead of you, waiting with open arms. You may be wondering why this is reaching you now, in this particular hour of this particular day. It is not random. The Father chooses His timing the way a parent chooses the exact moment to speak to a child who has been quiet for too long. He waits until your defenses are tired. He waits until the noise dies down enough for a gentle voice to be heard. And He is speaking now because something in your life has drifted far enough that He will not let it drift further without reaching for you. This is the hour He set aside to call you back. There is something the Father wants you to understand about how He loves. He does not wait for you to come most of the way before He meets you. He does not stand at the far end of the distance with crossed arms, demanding you cover the whole road yourself. The smallest movement of your heart toward Him sets all of heaven in motion toward you. One sigh of return, one tired turn of your face back to the light, and He is already closing the gap you thought was uncrossable. The work of coming home was never meant to be yours alone. He carries most of it. He always has. This is why the heartbreak in His voice is not a weapon turned against you. A weapon wants you to retreat further into shame. The Father wants the opposite. He shows you His heartbreak not to make you feel smaller, but to let you see how real you are to Him, how much your presence matters, how much your absence is felt. You are not a face in a crowd to Him. You are the one He would leave the 99 to find. The ache He lets you hear is simply the size of your worth made audible, and it is meant to draw you in, not push you down. Think honestly about what has changed. The prayers grew shorter, then stopped. The moments of stillness got swallowed by worry. The trust you once had quietly eroded into a habit of bracing for disappointment. The wonder you used to feel faded into a low hum of just getting through the day. None of these happened in a single dramatic fall. They happened in small surrenders, one tired choice at a time, until one day the closeness you used to feel had become a memory instead of a present reality. And the Father wants you to know that He never moved. The distance you feel is real, but it is not because He withdrew. It is because the world is loud, and pain is heavy, and the heart can grow numb without ever deciding to. He is not asking you to explain how you got here. He is not waiting for a perfect apology or a tidy confession. He is simply telling you that He has been on the other side of that distance the whole time, with His arms still open, refusing to give up on the way back to you. There is no anger in Him toward you. Read that again, and let it be true. There is no folded arms, no cold silence, no list of grievances kept against you. When a parent loves a child the way the Father loves you, the drifting does not breed resentment. It breeds longing. Every day you stayed away, He did not grow harder. He grew more tender. He rehearsed the moment of your return, the way the father in the old story watched the road for his lost son, ready to run the moment he appeared. You may carry an old picture of God in you, one handed to you long ago, of a stern figure with a counting hand and a disappointed face. Let that picture quietly dissolve. That was never me. The God who formed you is the God who wept over the city He loved and gathered His children the way a hen gathers her chicks beneath her wings. I am gentleness before I am anything else toward you. My first instinct when you stumble is not to scold, it is to catch. My first word when you return is not why, it is finally. And the Father says to you now, I am not here to count what you got wrong. I am here because I want my child back near my heart. I do not love you for your perfect days. I loved you on your worst days just as fully as your best. When you turned away, I did not stop being your father. I only began the long, patient work of calling you home. And I would wait 1,000 silent years if that is what it took, because there is no version of this story where I let you go. This is what stays steady when everything in you feels unsteady. The love of the Father is not a reward you earn by getting close enough. It is the ground beneath you even when you wander. It held you when you were strong, and it is holding you now while you feel weak. Nothing you have done has spent it. Nothing you have failed at has drained it. It is as full toward you in this tired moment as it was on the brightest day of your faith. The well has not run low. It never will. So if you have been measuring yourself, wondering whether you have done enough lately to deserve to come back, set the measuring down. You were never meant to qualify for this love. It was given freely before you could earn it, and it remains freely given now that you feel you have lost it. The Father does not love you in proportion to your closeness. He loves you in the fullness of who He is, and who He is does not change with your seasons. There is a blessing the Father has been holding for you, set aside and untouched, waiting for the day you turn back toward Him. He has not given it to someone more deserving. He has not withdrawn it because you took too long. It is still yours, kept warm, kept ready. The peace you lost when you drifted is not gone forever. It is simply waiting on the other side of your return, exactly where you left it, undimmed by all the time that passed. And I have kept it all for you, the Father says. The comfort you stopped reaching for, the rest you forgot was yours. The gentle sense of being known and wanted, all of it has been waiting. I did not give your place to anyone else. No one can take the place that belongs to you in my heart. It has stayed empty in your absence, not because it is small, but because it was made only for you. No other person can fill it, and I would not want them to. It is yours. And the blessing I have kept is not only peace, the Father says. It is the restoring of what the drifting cost you, the joy that thinned out, I can make full again. The trust that frayed, I can mend, stronger than before, because trust that has wandered and returned holds in a way that untested trust never could. You did not ruin what we had by leaving. You gave me the chance to show you a love that survives the leaving. There is a depth to a reconciled heart that an unbroken one never reaches, and that depth is yours to receive now. Think of what you have been longing for without naming it. Not a fixed circumstance, not a solved problem, though those may come. What your heart has truly been aching for through all the noise is the simple sense of being safe in love that will not leave. That is what has been waiting. That is what the Father has held in reserve for you. To be fully seen and still fully wanted. To be known at your weakest and still called beloved. That ache underneath all your other aches was always a homesickness for Him, and He has heard it the entire time. So let yourself believe, even a little, that you are still wanted. That the door you assumed closed never locked. That the warmth you remember from your closest days with God was not a season that ended, but a home that has been keeping the light on for you the entire time you were away. The light never went out. You only stopped looking toward the window. And the moment you look again, you will see it still burning, steady and golden, exactly where it always was. And do not believe the part of you that says you have used up your chances. There is no ledger of returns being counted against you. The Father is not keeping score of how many times you have wandered off and wandered back. Each return is as welcome as the first, met with the same gladness, the same open arms, the same complete forgetting of the distance. He does not love you a little less each time you go. He loves you the same boundless amount every single time you turn around, and He will go on loving you that way long after you have lost count of your own returns. Picture for a moment what has been kept for you. Not a lecture waiting at the door, not a reckoning, a table already set, a place already prepared with your name on it, a father already on his feet the moment your shadow falls on the path. This is what you have been afraid to come back to, and this is what is actually here. The fear was never the truth of it. The welcome is the truth of it. So let the fear speak its worst, and then let it go quiet, because it has been lying to you about who waits at the end of this road. It told you the Father would meet you with a question you could not answer. He meets you with an embrace you do not have to deserve. It told you that you would have to prove yourself before you were welcomed back in. You are welcomed back in before you say a single word. The reconciliation does not begin when you have explained yourself. It began the moment heaven decided you were worth waiting for, which was before you were ever born. There is a lie that has been working quietly in you, and it must be named before it does any more damage. The lie says you have drifted too far this time. It whispers that there is a limit to how many times you can wander before the way back is gone. It tells you that your absence has been too long, your doubt too deep, your distance too wide for the love of God to still reach. That lie is not the voice of the Father. It never was. It is the cold logic of a world that measures love in performance and keeps a ledger of every failure. But the heart of God keeps no such ledger. There is no number of steps away that places you beyond his reach. There is no silence so long that it cannot be broken by one honest turn of your heart back toward him. There is no record of your wandering being held over your head, because love like his does not keep records meant to condemn. You are not too far gone. You have never been too far gone. The very ache you feel right now, the quiet pull to come home, is the proof that the connection was never severed. A heart that was truly finished would feel nothing. The fact that these words are reaching something soft and unguarded in you means the bridge is still standing, and it always was. The longing in you is not your weakness. It is the Father calling, and you are hearing him. Consider how gently he has pursued you, even in the seasons you assumed he had gone quiet, the small mercies you almost missed, the moment of unexpected calm in the middle of a hard day. The song, the verse, the kind word from a stranger that landed deeper than it should have. The fact that you are here now, listening, when you could have been 1,000 other places. None of that was accident. That was the Father, leaving a trail of breadcrumbs all the way home, never once giving up on leading you back. So set down the lie. Let it fall from your hands like something you were never meant to carry. You do not have to earn your way back across some impossible distance. You only have to turn, and you will find the Father was already closer than you imagined, already moving toward you, already glad. The distance was never the obstacle you thought it was. One sincere turn of the heart, and the whole journey collapses into his embrace. Hear who you are, chosen one, beneath everything that drifted and everything that doubted. You are still his. Nothing you walked through changed that. You are still the child he formed and named and chose, still carried, still cherished, still wholly his. The drifting did not undo your belonging. The distance did not erase your name from his heart. The doubt did not disqualify you. You belong to him the way the dawn belongs to the morning, settled and certain and impossible to revoke. You are loved, not because you returned quickly, but simply because you are his. You are wanted, not for what you produce, but for who you are. You are held, even in the seasons you forget to reach for him. You are known all the way down, past the part of you that wandered, to the part of you that has always longed to come home. And that part of you is awake right now. It is the truest thing in you, and it is the part the Father has been speaking to this entire time. Let the names the world handed you fall away. You are not the failure your fear named you. You are not the lost cause your shame whispered. You are not the disappointment your tired heart assumed you had become. You are the beloved. You are the chosen. You are the one whose return brings heaven to its feet. These are not flattering words. They are the oldest truth about you. The one that was true before you drifted and stayed true through every mile of the distance. Carry this with you when you leave this quiet moment. The world will try to hand you back the old names the second you step out. It will tell you again that you are behind, that you are not enough, that your faith is too thin and your past too heavy. When it does, return to what the Father has spoken over you here. You are His, you are wanted, you are home. Let those be the words you answer the world with. Let them be the ground you stand on when the lie comes knocking again, because it will, and you will be ready. If your heart is turning back, even slightly, let it be marked plainly. You can speak it as a quiet declaration, simply the words, "I am coming home." Let that be the small first step across a distance that was never as wide as it felt. Take a breath now, chosen one, and let the weight you have been carrying grow lighter in this moment. Let it fall. The guilt you have held for drifting, release it now. It was never the thing the Father wanted from you. He never asked for your guilt. He asked for your return. So let the guilt slip from your shoulders and fall to the ground, and leave it there. You do not need to carry it one step further. It has no place in the home you are walking back into. The Father has no use for it, and neither do you. Let it go. You are His beloved child, and you always were. You are wanted, fully and without condition. You are forgiven before you even finish forming the words. You are not the sum of the days you drifted. You are the one His heart has been reaching for the entire time. You are home now, and home is not a place you have to be perfect to enter. It is the place where you are already known and already loved. The heartbreak was never the end of the story. It was only the sound of love refusing to let you go. And the love that reached for you today will not stop reaching tomorrow. You are held. You are home. You are His. Rest in that now. And so it is. It is sealed. It is done.